What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be doing another episode of the series where I rate your squads. So before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We upload more MyTEAM content than anywhere else. We're trying to hit 207 or 280,000 subscribers by the end of the month. If we could somehow by like the 20th hit 279,000, that would be absolutely ridiculous as well. If you guys do enjoy MyTEAM content and you want to learn more about the game anyway, subscribe. You will. This is the best channel for that. So anyway, now let's get on to the first team. So if you guys want to send in your teams, basically I'll tweet out every now and again with the words send teams. And I did get 600? 623 replies, and unfortunately cannot go over 623 squads. So I'm going to be scrolling to try and find some interesting squads. If I have scrolled by your team, it means that I've basically given an overall to a very similar team. And you can just use that one. So, squad right here. Mike Miller, John Wall, Worthy, Blake, Giddy, Wiggins, Paul George, Larry Bird, and Clay. Mainly 5 ends scoring fast breaks. Everyone's bad except for Mike and Josh. Looking for a backup power forward, maybe a tall shooting guard. Okay. You've literally got the two tallest shooting guards in the game. Okay, so looking for a backup power forward. I like Larry. I don't see any reason to get rid of Larry. I'd probably get rid of I'd swap out Thurmond for Bob McAdoo. Obviously, like if you're looking for a similar player to Thurmond. I like Blake. Don't love Blake. Worthy. Now, Worthy's very expensive for what he is. Like, I don't think Worthy's bad. I think he's very expensive for what he is. I'd probably move AK. Like, if you sold Worthy and you sold Thurmond, and you replaced Thurmond with, sure, let's just say Evan Mobley, who's not that much worse than Thurmond. If you sold Worthy, moved AK to the 4, and Thurmond, I'm at Mobley, you could probably afford Terry Dishinger, who's probably the best wing in the game. That's probably what I'd do. And then you can start Wiggins at the 2, bring Terry, or use Terry Dishinger at the 3, and then off the bench you can use Miller to create, because Giddy's not really going to create. I don't mind the team. It is a pretty nice team. It's probably like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 at this stage. Okay, no money spent on current plus next gen, depends on mood. Have a little under 500k. PS, have Opal DeRozan just like Miller, better, so do I. 5 out and pick and pop and play lanes. Okay. So Wade's brilliant. Penny's brilliant. They're the probably 2 best point guards in the game. Kevin Garnett's really good. If you've locked in for Boogie, you might as well use him. Melo's fine. Melo does the job. Miller, KG. This seems fine. This is no real position where you need to upgrade. And since you've got Boogie locked in, you might as well just hold on to your MT, honestly. You have 500k. So normally when I suggest people tactically downgrade, it's when there's 2 very similar to the same players, or when they've only got say 30k MT and they've got a 3 million MT squad, and you're like, sell about 1 million worth of players, downgrade that to a 2 million MT team, you're fine. But this team's fine. You have enough MT to make any changes that are needed. Kevin Durant's really good. Melo's more than solid. Rudy Gay's really good. Mike Miller's really good. Terry Dishinger's really good. You could argue that you've got the best player in every position in your team. So, yeah, I would probably start Terry at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, and bring Mike Miller off the bench. But if you prefer Mike Miller better, I think Mike Miller's better at the 2. But if you prefer it that way, be my guess. Your team is brilliant. 9.5. 9.8. 9.8 out of 10. Okay. Play current gen got 30k. Willing to switch anyone, mostly on 3 rounds. Okay, so you've only got 30k. Scotty Barnes is probably not the guy to use. At the 3. I'd probably, this is what I'd do. I would maybe start Victor Oladipo instead of Scotty Barnes and move Jaylen Brown to the 3 off the bench. That team now looks a bit better. I just go at the 4. Mobley's good at the 4. Your centers are fine. Maybe if at some stage, if McAdoo drops like 20k, maybe pick up a McAdoo. But again, you have to be kind of somewhat skilled to shoot with McAdoo, so maybe not. Like Boozer's more than fine. Wong's fine. Team's like a 7.5 out of 10. Giddy's fine at the 1. Buddy Hield's good. That's probably the one change I would make. I would get rid of Scotty Barnes and then see if you can find a way to fit. If you can find a way to fit like an Oladipo or something in there without running Hield and Oladipo together because it's just too small, you're all good then. Okay. Currently grinding for DeRozan most of the time. You only use your starting 5. Alright, you've either got 26 million MT or 26,000 MT. I'm guessing it's thousands. Okay, so there's no reason once you get DeRozan to have Luka in there. I kind of like Luka. I think he's good, but I mean DeRozan's equally as good. And you can get 300k for Luka. Luka's still really expensive. You could be sitting on 300k instead of 26k, and I'm basically the same team. If you don't use your bench, then there's no point having David Robinson in there. There's really not. Like if you're only playing for like 1 minute a game, just put Amari in for 1 minute a game. Like there's really no point. Like Amari at the 4 off the bench, just get Jonathan Isaac. Those last 3 guys off the bench, you're just wasting MT having them there. So yeah, if you don't make subs, I'd replace Luka with DeRozan, just save your MT and then sell D-Rock. Overall, starting 5 is pretty good. Again, I prefer Wade at the 1. But other than that, it's a nice starting 5. Like starting 5 is probably a 9, but I mean, you don't use the bench. The bench isn't the greatest. Okay. Trying to find an interesting team here. Like 7.5 minutes and they're all kind of okay. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. 40k MT, almost have DeMar DeRozan. Okay, so you're running with Westbrook and Giddey as your point guards. You're playing with Franz Wagner as and Oubre as your small forwards. And Bol at center. Okay. Okay, you're on next gen. I would sell Bol. Move Collins to backup center. Bring Mobley to your starting power forward. I'd probably get rid of Oubre for Oladipo and move Jaylen Brown to the 3. I'd get rid of Westbrook. I don't know, weird turn of events. Go get yourself a wall. Not even weird turn of events, sorry. Just sell Westbrook, go get yourself a wall. Giddy's fine. I don't even mind Franz Wagner. He's at least a 6'9" wing. And then power forward off the bench. There were no good power forwards came in the DeRozan grind, does there? Oh, almost at DeMar. Put DeMar DeRozan as your... Start DeMar DeRozan as your power forward. Make DeMar DeRozan your starting power forward. Move Evan Mobley to your bench power forward. John Collins to your bench center. And then get DeMar DeRozan for Kelly Oubre and replace Westbrook with Wall. You've got a whole bunch of MT in your team. It's going to be quite a bit better once you get DeMar. Okay. Let me have a look. These are all good squads. Like, these are all clearly good squads. You know what you're doing. Okay. Dame, Jalen, Red, Scotty Barnes, John Collins. Amari in the team. Amari's in a lot of people's squads. And I don't know why. I get it, he's free, but he's not easy to get. Like, there are guys... Like, I get it, you've got 2 purchasable players in your team, and I would sell Scotty Barnes unless he's your favorite player. Draymond's fine. Draymond's good. Keep Draymond. Get rid of Amare. Honestly, just you can put in a Wong, or you can put in a Mobley, or you can put in a Karl Malone. Any of those guys are going to be cheap and way better than Amare Stoudemire, like. Or at least if you're like dead set around Amare, at least have someone like Malone as a 13th man to maybe use him. But Scotty Barnes at power forward, yeah, just Jonathan Isaac's way better than Scotty Barnes, and he's cheaper. Or Kuzma's better than Scotty Barnes, and Kuzma's cheaper. Scotty Barnes is just not very good. I just want to make that as clear as that. He's fine. Like, Scotty Barnes is by no means a bad card. But if you were to ask me whether or not I think whether Scotty Barnes is good or not, that's something that I wouldn't say. He's okay. He's fine. Okay, so now we are on to, let's keep scrolling. Okay. Current gen, run your offense through DeMar using Hawks May. You have Bol badged out, and DeMar has Golem, a spot up, quick first step, handles for days. Okay. You've got no coins. You've got absolutely no coins. And I got a way to make this team better with 0 coins. Okay. Okay, let me calm down. I need to find a way I can turn the... Why? You have no coins and badged out. Bull. You can't even afford Caruso. Like, you don't even have... Sell Bobo. Please sell Bobo. I don't even mind Bobo, but please sell him. If he's fully badged out, you're going to get 15k from him. Use that 15k, get yourself Alex Caruso playing at the point, or get yourself Dave Bingham playing at the point. You need that. You really need that. That gives you about, let's say, 3k max for one of those guys. Gives you about 12k to work on a power forward. Heck, spend like 2,000 of that MT. Or say not 2,000. Spend like 3,000 MT and Amtis Kuzma. Evo up that Kuzma. Start Aaron Gordon. Bring Kuzma off the bench. Your team gets significantly better. You have like 10k MT, which is enough MT that you're going to be able to afford to pay your players. You're about to run out of MTs. You're not even going to have the contracts to pay your players soon. If you like, that 1,000 MT is giving me freaking... Oh, that's the worst thing, is that 1,000 MT. The team's not great, not terrible. But like, you've got 1,000 MT. Like, you're running with a team that's going to cost like over 1,000 MT for one game in contracts. And you're running with Trae Young at the point. Hey, Trae Young's not even that bad. Like, Giddy's not bad either. I don't even mind Kelly Oubre. It's just the fact you have a badged out Bobo with 1,000 MT. Honestly, a Caruso is probably better at the 1. Get rid of Kuz and just move Aaron Gordon to power forward. That is what I would do. Bobo is not bad, but the fact you have a badged out Bobo with that little MT is reckless. Okay, full power of a nobody spent team. Really tried not to give up the goods. Also, what? I did have over 100k, but had to use it all for the badges. No, 100k badging up DeMar DeRozan? What? First of all, Embiid? Nah. You have the best player on your team on the bench. Like, Embiid should not be in that squad. Embiid is not that guy. I'm sorry, in my team this year, Embiid's not that guy. Like, Wang Zhizhi's better than Embiid. Honestly, Wang Zhizhi's better than Embiid. Evan Mobley's better than Embiid. Like, you can sell your Joel Embiid. And then, I don't know, maybe you can go and buy, depending on your playstyle, if you like Wong, you can use Wong. You have Jaren Jackson Jr., you can just start him if you want. You can buy Bob McAdoo. There's a lot of guys you can buy. Actually, Embiid's probably cheap enough with Embiid money. Still, it is what it is. And then, or you can move Blake up to center, get someone like an Isaac at power forward, move Rudy Gay up to power forward. Or get someone like Isaac or Aaron Gordon even a power forward and move Rudy Gay to your starting power forward, because the best player on your team is Rudy Gay. Including that badge up DeRozan, the best player on your team is Rudy Gay and he's sitting off the bench. Bradley Beal, 30,000 MT. Just get Mike Miller. Mike Miller's better and half the price of Bradley Beal. Oubre's fine. I don't rate him that highly, but he's fine. I personally prefer Franz, but if you prefer Kelly Oubre, go and use him. Dame and John Wall, they're fine. This team, though, I'll give it like a 7.1. Okay. Current Gen 5 out. Just getting back into my team. Haven't played this year. I don't play lanes too much. Okay, if you don't play lanes, there's no point having Livingston as your starting point guard. Badged out Red, Pierce, and Pierce? Badged out Amethyst, Pierce? What? Okay. First of all. Sell that Livingston. Move Marcus Smart to your backup point guard. Start John Wall. Or start Marcus Smart, bring Wall off the bench. They need weird 2 point guards. Donovan Mitchell is a 6'1" 2 guard. And I do not see the original owner sticker. So sell. Sell your badged up Donovan Mitchell. Sell your Paul Pierce. Honestly, Mike Miller is better than both. Mike Miller is way better than Donovan Mitchell at the 1. Heck, Donovan Mitchell's at this stage, I wouldn't even put him that much ahead of Kevin Huerter, honestly. I don't rate Donovan Mitchell at all right now. He was God for his time, but he's not great now. I don't even mind Mobley and Isaac off the bench. I don't mind Larry at the 4. Get Mike Miller. At the 3, is Wiggins cheap? If not, just throw in Aaron Gordon. You'll barely lost any MT. Your team's gonna get significantly better. And honestly, why don't you just find a center? You've capped to 100k or so. So yeah, don't know what Livingston's doing there, but it definitely shouldn't be there. Other than that, it's not the worst team in the world. So I'll give it. At this stage in the game, you can't give that more than a 6, but it's not terrible. Okay. Run your offense in the post and switch all on defense. Okay. Cliff. I mean, if you're running your offense through the post, it's a pretty damn good team. Like Dirk, Tim Duncan. Like if you're running through the post, I would still advise Arvydas Sabonis. He's the best He's the best post scorer in the game. Dude's 7'3", and he also was post playmaker. But if you run through the posts, again, I would sell Dirk and buy Arvydas, but other than that, the rest of the guys, some guys play defense, a lot of them shoot. I never used Glenn Robinson III. I never got him in the end. But that play style, maybe. Like, switching all with Dirk is going to get you absolutely cooked. But, like, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work with this team. I don't know really post everything, so I can't really give it a rating. But if it works for you, it works for you, I guess. Okay. A huge lack of Chris Bosh cards. There's been a huge lack. Okay, this is interesting. He's got the Eric Snow Dikembe duo. And that's actually a really good duo. Dikembe becomes a beast, and Eric Snow is well, both those are already good, and they become even better. Marcus Smart at the bench, Cliff Hagan, Scottie Pippen. And there's no MT. The guy's got no MT. But I'm trying to think of guys to tactically downgrade. Maybe swap Bird for Miller. Yeah, swapping Bird for Mike Miller is probably going to get you a little bit MT. But I like the team. I do like this team. I think you've made a decent use of MT. Outside of the Dikembe Eric Snow duo, which I actually don't mind that duo. I think if you can make that work, you can make it work. I think outside of that, you've done a good job with your MT for your squad. So I'll give it like a... I'm not giving it more than a 7, but I think it's unique. It's a very unique squad. Okay, so we're through 20 minutes. I'm going to get through I'm just going to get through 2 more squads here. Trying to find some really unique squads. There's Bosh. Okay. Have 10k. Whew. Sell Bradley Beal. Sell Bradley Beal. He's like 30k. He is not worth 30k. Move Harden to starting 2 guard. Wiggins is better. Wiggins is... Or say, no. You've got freaking Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's better than Bradley Beal. Buddy Hield himself is a better Bradley Beal. Sell Beal. Move Buddy Hield into your starting 2 guard. Victor Oladipo. I would probably sell Oladipo. There's no point having him there if you've got Harden. If you want to keep Oladipo, sell Harden. You just consider the fact that you have 10k MT. And you've got 2 very good players sitting on the end of your bench. Doing nothing. I just don't see the reasoning for that. As well as that, there's no point having Steve Francis there. You're wasting MT on contracts with only 10k. If you got millions of MT, do what you want. You got 10k, be a little more frugal. I like Aaron Gordon more than I like Kuzma, but I don't mind Kuzma, so I'm not going to say to swap him out. Kevin Love, I prefer Carlos Boozer to Kevin Love. I might be the only one there, but I just know that Carlos Boozer is a hell of a lot cheaper than Kevin Love. And they are both pink diamonds from the New Year's resolution set, and they're both very, very good shooters. Boozer's better inside. Boozer's better an interior defender. And Kevin Love is going to be faster and a better dunker. So it really depends on what you prefer. And for me, I would tactically downgrade. I would just save the MT and go for Carlos Boozer instead of Kevin Love. And I prefer Boozer's release as well. And then I would just sell Beal, sell Oladipo, move Buddy Hield in the starting lineup and just throw 3 goals into your bench. That will give you like 50, 60k at least to work with. And you put yourself in the really good position for the new season to maybe buy an extra card or 2. Hopefully we don't get a set like maxed out, but like if 2k go and give us a good set, we can get an extra card or 2 then. So yeah, not a bad team. I'll go 7.5, but you can make it better and also get more MT very, very easily with a squad like that. Okay. You see, I'm seeing quite a few Franz Wagners. A lot of Kelly Oubres. First Jamal Crawford, even though I really do like Crawford. The problem is that he literally has no defensive badges and no shooting badges. So you have to choose whether you want to make him a good defender or a good shooter. Crawford, 9.25 of graded. Remember when people thought the grading cards weren't going to be a gimmick? Yeah, that was never me. It was from the first dev blog, it was a gimmick in the eyes of a young DBG. Why is Big Country? Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so. Sell Scotty Barnes. He stinks. Power forward. Get Aaron Gordon, I guess, for Scotty Barnes. Maybe start Aaron Gordon, move Blake to the 5, bring Jaren Jackson Jr. off the bench at the 5 so you don't need to buy another centre. Probably swapping goals for Han Herder. I'm cool with Giddey because he is a tall point guard. You might need him. He might be needed in certain situations. I like Jaylen Brown. I like Luka. I like DeRozan. But yeah, fine. Just Big Country needs to go. Scotty Barnes needs to go. Other than that, your team's okay. Jaren Jackson Jr. Maybe move him up, bring him off the bench, start Blake at the 4, have Aaron Gordon, backup 4, Kuz or Jonathan Isaac, and you've saved quite a bit of MT. Actually, not really. You just made your team better. If you want to tactically downgrade Luka, you can do it. So you can tactically downgrade Luka to Terry Dishinger. That would be probably the best thing to do, but I know a lot of people like Luka. Especially on current gen. Luka's release is good on next. It sucks on current. Okay, so one last team. I'm going to try find one that I think needs quite a bit of work. If I'm scrolling by your team, that's a good sign. It means your team's pretty okay. It means your team is pretty okay. It's definitely a usable team. Okay, there's been no weak ones. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So, Steph Curry, the not good Steph. Michael Jordan, who's not terrible but not good. Glenn Robinson III, who I've never used. Draymond is pretty good, and Dikembe. You're planning to keep Steph. Okay, Trae Young off the bench. I think Kemba's just objectively better than Trae Young. Assuming you have Kemba. Why would you use Penny Hardaway at the 2? You're wasting Penny Hardaway. You are absolutely wasting Penny Hardaway. If you're not running Penny Hardaway at the point guard position, just sell the damn guy. There's no need. There is no reason for Alonzo Mourning to be in your rotation. There is absolutely no reason. Get rid of Penny Hardaway. Get your like 80k extra MT. Move Jaylen Brown to the 2, Scotty to the 3. Bring Aaron Gordon up at the 4. Sell Alonzo Mourning. Don't use Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan because you're just wasting MT. Sell Dikembe. Sell Michael Jordan. I don't even know what Glenn Robinson the 3rd is, but I'll probably start Steph. Use Jaylen Brown at the 2. Scottie Pippen at the 3. Draymond at the 4. And at the 5. I don't know who to guess. Or not Mutombo, Mikan. Mikan works at the 5 there. Then off the bench you can use, if you have Trae Young anyway, and you want to use Trae Young, you just use Trae Young at the 1. Sell Jordan, sell Glenn Robinson, buy Mike Miller. Small forward, get yourself like Mikal Bridges. Power forward, move Aaron Gordon into power forward. And then center, screw what you can afford. If you're using Alonzo Mourning, you don't really sure you can afford Bob McAdoo. Throw him in there. But yeah, that's the team, and that is the video. If you guys want to send your teams in, as always, reply to my tweet. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.